And they are even willing to expend certain resources for them to propagate such a shallow thought that says before Exodus 20, there were no commandments. The commandments came on Exodus 20. And they were the old covenant. And God ended the old covenant on Calvary. Therefore, we are now free. So what I'm going to, in the next hour or so, to capacities come across such, you may not be ashamed, but you will readily divide the word of truth. I've just picked on 4 texts, which they normally use as the basis of their argument, and I will address those 4 texts. Then I will then give you 3 texts that will be your part of your armory. The first text is Romans chapter 10, verse 4. Romans chapter 10, verse 4. Okay. For Christ is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone who believes. That's one of the most common texts which those who are of the opinion that the law of God ended to open and read to you, to prove to you that the commandments are no longer binding. Christ is the end of the law. Now, Bible, it is very common for you to hear what you want to hear. And not only the Bible, many other places I've seen people hearing what they want to hear. I want to give you an example before you address this text. That you can always hear what you want to hear. Or you can always hear what you have heard before. And you think it's what is again being regarded. Can we go to Genesis? Genesis chapter 2. Yeah, it's the same chapter that we're reading. Genesis chapter 2. I want us to read okay, I'm on chapter 3. I was wondering. Right. I want us to read verse 19. I don't want to read it. I want someone to read it, and then I'll ask you a question. I'll prefer English. Verse 19. Listen carefully. Because you are going to discover that you are going to hear what you have always heard.
Verse
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.